evening. Bacteria levels in the River Itchen in Southampton are twice as high as those in the Thames, according to campaigners. Volunteers have been testing the water quality and say the levels of E. coli are staggering.
Rowers and paddleboarders who use the Itchen told us today they have seen and smelt sewage in the water. Southern Water says it takes protecting and enhancing water quality extremely seriously, as Harry Acton reports.
This father-son duo are both keen rowers and have decades of experience on the water between them. But Russell and Will fear the sport they love could make them sick after testing showed worrying levels of E. coli in the river at Southampton.
We see what appears to be a lot more pollution floating on the actual river, at the top of the river sometimes. There's no rhyme or reason as to when we see it, but it does appear to be around quite regularly. More troubling is we're getting the rowers are struggling with actually rowing on continuous days now. Quite often we are finding that the rowers are falling sick either in the evening or the following day.
Today, volunteers took to the water again to test the river for E. coli, following extremely high levels in March. It's part of efforts to work out how polluted the Itchen actually is.
Well, the upper limit for what would be regarded as satisfactory bathing water is 900 colony-forming units per 100 mil. And we're finding levels which are actually in excess of 10,000. 10,000 is the limit of what the laboratory could measure. So the E. coli levels are literally off the scale.
Well, when volunteers tested the river here at the Itchen Bridge, they found levels of E. coli that meant the water quality just isn't satisfactory. But the further up the river you go, the worse the levels get, they say, with testing at Northam and Cobden revealing levels of E. coli 10 times higher than those here at the mouth of the river.
The reason for the levels of E. coli isn't clear, but campaigners believe it could be linked to treated sewage from nearby works. However, Southern Water refutes this and told us it takes water quality in the River Itchen extremely seriously, and all its sites in the area all meet their environmental permits from the Environment Agency.
It's kind of worrying in the way that when you're rowing, you don't want to get wet. Like if that water gets in your mouth or something, you're worrying that you might get ill somewhere and stuff. So it can be quite worrying, or if you have cuts or blisters on your hand, which a lot of rowers, or like every rower gets, can be quite worrying.
The results of today's testing will be available on Monday, and further testing is due to take place on the Itchen in the coming months. And campaigners say they will keep on fighting to protect what is one of the world's most important stretches of water. Harry Acton, ITV News, Southampton.